Describe what's going on there at Broadlands, a place I know well, and as I said, replete with many memories for the late Queen and the new King.
Yes, very much indeed. I've just walked down the road a little bit, Alistair. You'll know this well. I'm outside Romsey Abbey, a place that the Queen has visited many, many, many times over the years. Broadlands and Romsey are the home of Lord Mountbatten, who was assassinated by the IRA back in 1979. He was the Queen's cousin and also the Duke of Edinburgh's uncle. And he was very, very pivotal in preparing, firstly, the Duke of Edinburgh for his new role as consort to the Queen, and also Prince Charles. He was very influential in Prince Charles's early life, preparing him, giving him lessons, as it were, for becoming king. He taught him the Constitution, he taught him all the ways of being Prince of Wales, and now being king. We're going to have to get used to calling him the King now, aren't we? The Queen has come here many times over the years. The Mountbatten family, the Knatchbulls, still live in Broadlands. They still are seen regularly in Romsey. And all of the family's weddings, funerals, christenings take place at Romsey Abbey. So the Queen has been to them all here over the years. People in Romsey are used to seeing the Queen driving past out of Broadlands down to the Abbey. People regularly come and gather outside the Abbey to see the Queen. So a really strong sense of sadness, obviously. It's interesting to note the Queen has got a very large family, as we know, and 4 children, 8 grandchildren, 12 great-grandchildren, but also there's a wider family too. There's lots of cousins and second cousins and even third cousins, and she was very close to all of them. If you think about it, it must be very hard for someone like the Queen to make friends. She can't just spontaneously get on with someone, exchange phone numbers and become friends. So over the years, she's relied very heavily on her wider family, particularly her cousins, people like Pamela Hicks, Lady Brabourne, people like that who have become very close to her on a personal level. And it's that wider family that has supported the Queen so greatly over the years. Interestingly, they always, what do you buy the Queen for Christmas? The family have always said, look, we don't want to spend a lot of money on expensive gifts for the Queen. That would be pointless. So they always give silly presents at Christmas. The family always give her things like the Duke of Cambridge, now the Duke of Cornwall and Cambridge, gave her some slippers the other Christmas with a picture of the Queen on the slippers. So they always go for that jokey presents. People in Romsey shocked today. I mean, everyone is shocked. It really hasn't begun to sunk in, which is amazing if you think somebody who's 96 and we were expecting this to happen, we knew this day would happen, but it's still come as a huge shock to everybody. Once that shock passes, that's when the grief will really begin.
Jeff Moody, beautifully captured there at Broadlands, and I'm glad you mentioned Pamela Hicks and indeed her daughter India Hicks, who is King Charles III's goddaughter, one of many as well. That's another group of folk there the family take very seriously. Jeff Moody, for the time being, thank you very much indeed.